Happy Monday. More of the same. Sunny blue skies. Some of the coldest temperatures in the Metro Valley this morning were again down in the low 20s on this Monday. We had temperatures that dropped into the upper teens out in the gorge, single digits in Baker City and Burns. Mostly 20s in Valley. If you're watching this and you live in East Multnomah County, you had some east wind this morning and your temperature stayed above freezing, but with the wind chill, it made it feel like you were in the 20s like the rest of us. Very little change through Wednesday. Clear skies, most of us frosty cold nights, and then beautiful sunny days that warm up. I mean, we're currently sitting at 50 degrees here in Portland, and I'll get more into that. I want to spend most of this video talking about this upcoming weekend. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from the Portland, Oregon, Vancouver, Washington area. On the left, this Sunday, the European upper flow model. See the dark blue contour right in here, which is across central Washington. That's the polar jet kind of easing down toward Oregon, but not really plummeting into our region, or certainly not passing us to the south. So the coldest airline stays just north of Portland. And the GFS America models that came out this afternoon basically show the same thing. The models for the American GFS model had been much colder. And maybe you've seen this on your phone, snowflakes mixing on Sunday. What I thought would be maybe some snow levels down to about 1,200 feet Saturday overnight, Sunday into Monday. But the models that have come out this afternoon on the on the American GFS model basically agree with the European. The European has been the warmer model, keeping snow levels more up into the Cascades, but certainly above the valley. So we'll see. There's still plenty of time for this to go back and forth. And I'll show you snow level projections here in just a second. Meanwhile, yes, today 15 in a row, no measurable rainfall. Remember, we're chasing this January record of 17 days in a row back in January of 1948. Wednesday will be day 17. We will tie the record. It's possible. Precip doesn't come in until after midnight Thursday night, which will be Friday a.m. And if that's the case, Friday would be day 18 and we would break a record. So we're keeping an eye on that as well. All right, Momentous Wealth Podcast. Listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify. They sponsor my weather work and my YouTube channel. They provide you a podcast with a collection of different investment topics, timely to educate you on investing, and especially if you're just wanting to know more about what your mutual funds are doing, that type of thing. Momentous Wealth Podcast. Okay, let's get you going, and let's go up to the mountain real quick. 43 upper timberline right now. Been beautiful. Let me see. I think that's an old, yeah, there's the updated photo. I get hung up in I forget what they call that when it gets hung up and doesn't refresh, but you can see it's sunny up over the Cascades. Passes are in great shape, 42 at Government Camp. Here's the forecast for the next 5 days. Little change through Wednesday. Lows in the 20s, highs in the 40s, all sunny. Thursday, clouds increase, but we stay dry. And then by Friday morning, precip on the mountain. Snow levels early, 5,000 feet. That's rain at Government Camp. And they may stay just above Government Camp throughout the day. Right now, I show them lowering to 4,500 feet. Friday's a wet day, but that would be a snow day to maybe a wet mix at some point in the morning up at Mt Hood Meadows. Certainly would be all snow at 6,000 feet. And really, when you get above 5,000 feet, there could be 8 inches of snow fall on Friday. Snow levels for the weekend. Let's go with the European model because so far it looks like it's holding or winning the battle. Saturday, snow level stays between 4,000 and 5,000 feet. Snow level on Sunday lowers to 4,000 feet or possibly a little bit lower. So that's snow sticking over Cascade passes on Sunday, at least during the PM hours. And then that snow level could come back up to 5,000 feet on Monday to start the week. Now, remember, other snow levels have been like closer to 1,000 feet. But now the European model, which has been more like 4,000 to 5,000 feet, is looking to win, with the other models kind of warming into what it has been saying. Again, this could really turn around. It's only Monday. The biggest headline, probably for you just to commit to memory, if you will, is that our dry weather ends Thursday. We have rain coming in on Friday and pretty wet through the weekend. Live cameras are beautiful. There's Cathedral Ridge out in Hood River, where it was, what, I think 19 degrees this morning. I'm just pulling this up to check on east winds for you. Troutdale, yeah, this morning it was gusting. Here's this morning gusting around 30 miles per hour. Now here we are, gusts now more to 20 or lower. So we thought the breeziest part of the day would be overnight and during the morning, and then winds would stay from the east, but they wouldn't be as breezy in the afternoon. That has come true. I think that will be the case on Tuesday, and that will be the case on Wednesday. Basically, the winds are driven in part with temperature inversion. So when the temperature inversion strengthens, at night, in the morning, the winds are stronger. So temperature inversion weakens during the day as the sun warms us up, the winds start to fade a little bit. So that's the repeating pattern that we expect to see all the way into Wednesday. Again, this is on my Gorge page. You can see all those wind reports on my weather site, portlandweather.com. Okay, let's take a look at flow patterns, shall we? Let's stick with the European model because all of a sudden the GFS model that was much colder is now saying, hey, I think I'm going to agree with the European model. Here's Wednesday of this week. Last day of a firm upper level ridge. See it right there, right overhead. There's the upper level low that brought cooler weather and some rain into California, by the way, moving off. So Thursday, I think we stay dry. The upper level ridge flattens. See how the contours were arcing around us. Now they kind of lay down or kind of flatten. So that will allow some increase in cloud cover. And then the front itself comes in during the day on Friday. Here's Friday afternoon. The coldest air up to our north. You can see a trough is swinging in. This is going to bring some likely moisture with it. But here's that polar jet Friday at 4 p.m., closer to the Canadian border than down over us. So that's cooler weather with rain, but snow levels would be up into the Cascades. Let's play a Saturday. Here's the jet stream. See the dark blue color? That's where the snow levels could be 2,000 feet and lower. That's still up north of Oregon into central Washington. So that's a much lower snow level on Mount Rainier than, say, Mount Hood would have, for example. But this is a straight flow pattern from the west pumping in moisture. So it could be potentially some pretty hefty snow amounts in the Cascades. Right now, the snow level would be near Cascade Pass level, 4,000 feet on Saturday, based on what I'm looking at there. And then Sunday, here we are. This was going to be the day that was much colder. But look at the polar jet, central Washington, not down into Oregon, certainly not south of the Columbia River. Now, this is interesting because as I play this into Monday, there was a trough offshore and the low that's up to our north, they all kind of merge and you get this deepening trough off into the Pacific. That's Monday. And then here's Tuesday of next week. This is wet weather. This is just rain, it's a southwesterly flow. Here's Wednesday of next week. Again, the coldest air pocket to our north, west-southwest flow, just rain in the valley. Based on this snow level would probably be 2,000 feet at the lowest and could be above that. So that would be just rain over Coast Range passes through the period, but snow up over the Cascade passes. And then we get into the back half of next week. Here's Friday, which will be February 7th. Now you got things, see now the heights are, any cold pockets are gone, and we just kind of modify. And look at the polar jet by Sunday, February 8th, way up to the north again. So does any of that look promising for snow below 1,000 feet or even at 1,000 feet? And the answer would be no. Again, could the models flip-flop and that the cold air line is up in central Washington? It wouldn't take a lot of model adjustment or change to drop that into our area. So this is worth watching if you have weekend plans for traveling. It's worth watching the forecast in the coming days. Here's Thursday morning, still all dry. Thursday afternoon, it looks like we're dry. Clouds are thickening, but probably still dry during the day at the coast. Then here's the evening, rain coming into the coast. This is Thursday evening, overnight. Here's Friday morning. We wake up and it's wet and the dry period's over. This shows a quick quarter of an inch of rain up and down I-5 from Eugene all the way up through Portland and Seattle. About a half of an inch of rain up and down the coast. Let me move this so you can see down in southern Oregon. Not much moisture east of the Cascades or over the Cascade crest for that matter. That's Friday morning. Now, look what happens. The models really are starting to bite on heavier precip. The American GFS model also is starting to bite on heavier precip. So this shows during the day Friday, we could get, another quarter of an inch. A quarter of an inch Thursday overnight and Friday morning, another quarter of an inch. Shows, and keep in mind these amounts are usually a little bit high, but let's say this is a half of an inch of rain, Thursday night through Friday daytime, up and down I-5. And let's say there could be some areas of the coast approaching an inch, including down south, and some moisture out over the Blues and into central Oregon. Let's go ahead and just play this. The moisture amount, this is a cumulative rain totals from Thursday overnight into Sunday afternoon. The GFS model is similar. Shows 2 inches of rain along the coast. Shows a 3-inch bullseye down in North Bend, Coos Bay. Shows, let's say 1 to 2 inches from Seattle all the way down into Portland. These amounts could be too high, but boy, it sure likes wet weather, right? Heavy precip, a lot of this will be snow near Cascade Pass level, over the mountains and decent precip out east. So everything right now shows that we're going to see several shots of extended periods of steady rain developing Thursday overnight through the day Sunday into Monday of next week. I've chosen not to show you a snow animation because I just think the numbers are really wonky right now. But could there absolutely be heavy snow, like potentially feet of snow from Thursday overnight into the first part of next week, at least to 5,000 feet and higher in the Cascades? Absolutely. Coast range, I think, for travel will favor rain. The valley favors rain right now. Keeping an eye, though. The cold air boundary is just to our north. Keeping an eye. Here's a look at the air mass map. This is Thursday. Thursday, we're starting to cool off a little bit. And then here we are Friday. Here's the main frontal boundary just offshore Friday afternoon. Here's that cold air coming in Saturday. But the real cold stuff is the purple well up to our north. Here it is Sunday. Again, a little bit of a warming surge, keeping the cold air up to our north. This is the European model. Air mass temperatures of 5,000 feet. Here's Monday. Absolutely a warming surge that would be rain back over Cascade passes. But then another front, that trough that's offshore, lower snow levels Tuesday of next week, and then gives us, rain with snow levels maybe near Cascade passes on Wednesday. Tough to tell by just this data alone. But the main point of that was the real cold air pockets could hold to our north through this weekend. So we'll see. Let's go around the horn and show what the temperatures or the forecast models are right now. So remember, no change through Wednesday, increasing clouds Thursday, but all dry. Daytime highs in Medford 50s until the rain moves in, then highs in the 40s. That all makes sense, right? Let's go over to, well, let's stick down south. Here's North Bend. What do you got? All dry into Wednesday. Chance of rain late Thursday evening, and then the rainy weather this weekend, starting Friday through the weekend. 55 on Tuesday. Enjoy it. Once the rain gets going, temperatures mainly in the 40s. Notice overnight lows well above freezing, closer to 40 than anything. Bend, what do you got? Sunshine through Wednesday. Overnight lows 20s tomorrow morning and Wednesday. Maybe a little bit warmer Thursday morning. There comes the rain Friday, Saturday, a rain snow mix with daytime highs in the 40s, but overnight temperatures below freezing, meaning there could be some light snow overnight sticking the weekend hours in Central Oregon. Okay, what about Pilton? 40 right now. All dry through Thursday. Rain out east as well. We'll keep an eye on overnight lows out in Eastern Oregon this weekend. There's a chance of some overnight freezing precip Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and Monday morning. Daytime highs are well above freezing. All dry through at least Thursday. Okay, that all makes sense. Let's go up to Seattle. All dry through Wednesday. Chance of showers late day Thursday. Then it's all wet. Now this is interesting. You folks up north. This is the National Weather Service automated forecast product, and it shows that to our north, there could be some wintry precip sticking with freezing temperatures up in Seattle Saturday morning, Sunday morning, Monday morning. Remember that cold air line was central Washington. So that puts Seattle in the possibility of, some wintry weather. It looks like mainly at night and morning, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Travelers, footnote, it's colder up north this weekend into first part of next week than we will be here in Oregon or certainly south of the Columbia River. Let's check on Salem. All dry through Wednesday, mainly dry Thursday, and there's the rain. Overnight lows Friday, Saturday, 36, 36. Daytime highs well up into the 40s. No problems there. Here's my 7-day Hazeldale Tire Pros courtesy of here in Vancouver. Well, I'm going to stick with mid-20s Tuesday morning, a high back up to 50, 53, similar Wednesday. We stay dry, clouds increase, 32 to 50 on Thursday. It's raining when you wake up Friday morning. This is rain at times, periods of widespread rain that could be well over an inch to maybe an inch and a half or even higher amounts, all total from Thursday overnight through Sunday. I see no valley rain chance at this time. I've got, with a southwesterly flow, overnight lows closer to 40 than freezing and daytime highs in the 40s, okay? Again, with that cold air line holding in central Washington, that's close to us. We'll be watching the forecast to see if there are any needed changes in the coming days. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It helps me out. You'll be notified when I post. For now, I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. Thanks for watching.